moment. But first, let's, as we get underway, give a little breakdown of how we got here. No pun intended. We got to this point by playing through 5 weeks of Swiss. Breakdown and Solski, the 1 and 8 seed, wound up making it through, and as a result, face each other in the quarterfinals, which are a best of 3. Now, our runners, immediate first. Most runners would head right for A Link to the Past right away. Solski going right into a Moonfall is going to give Vanilla Morph a bit of a check. Not power bombs on the island. We shall see if this pays off fairly quick or if not, because if it doesn't pay off for Solski, he can just reset and go into A Link to the Past. So let's see. What do we have here at Morph? Super Missiles does not pick them up. I mean, I can understand why, because he's looking for major progression, like, see if Morph Ball's there, Screw Attack, Space Jump, Missiles, and yep, just as I thought, a reset. Okay, so now he's gonna head off to Hyrule. Breakdown, not so much better, just 5 rupees at Sanctuary, and Magic for the level 1 tree pull. I will say, to go undefeated is quite impressive, and Uncle has a broken heart. And super missiles in the entrance.
Hello.
Evening, Math Girl. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So far, nothing major, and it looks like we got a 3 Crystal Light World.
Always good to hear.
Oh, I see what Breakdown's doing here. He's getting bombs by picking them up from the plants. I believe those are 50-50 spots.
Yes, they are. Always fun when you, like, go through it multiple times in RNG's like, nah, I don't feel...
Oh, Morph Ball, called the Morphing Ball in this game. You're gonna need that to beat Super Metroid, no doubt about it. So Breakdown is on his way to pick it up now. He's doing a full south to north Kakariko Village, while most runners will go, well, some runners will go Lost Woods first. He's going full south.
I have no idea, Duderco. Okay, regular.
Now, the energy tank picked up in Link's house isn't going to have any effect here, but on the Super Metroid side, that will add to Samus's health. And the key thing to note is that it's a 3 energy tank minimum to beat Super Metroid, so you're going to want to find those, and I'm wondering if anyone's going to come back for that blue man. Ooh, bad luck for Solski, 0 for 2. Ouch.
I've gone through this like 4 times before in a row and not gotten a single bomb, and it's just like, seriously?
Yeah, that's never fun. But second time was better, but Solski is going back for another round.
Yeah, Breakdown getting some supers.
And heading for more guaranteed bombs.
Yep, this is a play I like, but it's also a little bit slow. But if you don't have the rupees, then definitely an effective way of doing it.
Yep, certainly is, as Solski's heading to pick up the Morph Ball on his side.
It does require one bomb, though.
But that one bomb pays off for 4 more.
Yep. Sometimes the difficulty is finding a bomb, though. Especially in, like, entrance.
Now let's see what's in with the chicken.
Here's 20 rupees.
Waiting, and Breakdown is heading down the well without a bungee cord.
I'm sure he'll make it. Yep, 300 rupees.
Oh, that covers bottle vendor and then some.
Ooh, grapple beam.
That's always nice to find. And power bombs, so we're already going to be able to use those
Okay.
power bombs with early morph ball. Grapple beam you'll see a lot of use of later when it comes to swinging between grapple blocks. And, well, if you like fried shrimp,
Woo!
Blizzard's at a major discount.
Yeah, 1/5 of the cost. Heart piece. Reserve tank. Heart container. Power bomb.
Nice.
Ooh, high jump.
Now, Red Ship certainly is in logic early, but it would not be an easy fight against Fantoon. So our runners might not head that way at this point in time. They might opt to save that for later.
Indeed. Gonna go check Lost Woods now.
And our next level tree pulled arrows and a lot of them. And hey, we got ourselves a boomerang.
Nice, nice.
And Breakdown's gonna stop there and hold off on checking Lumberjack Cave.
Dudercone, no. I don't believe so.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it because it isn't one of the major items, although it could technically be used for progression.
Well, I mean,
There's
I
also
think
a limited space. Yeah.
I also think part of the logic is that, when you're in Super Metroid, it shows up on your screen all the time, so why bother?
Yep, that's fair. Single arrow at the day. For those that missed the tiebreaker, yeah, I also missed it too because I had to work. But, is what it is. We're here now, let's enjoy the race. Ooh, that did not come up very much of anything.
Well, we're about to see many Moldorms, so...
And a very fortuitous place to load up on bombs. Second bomb, unfortunate. The mini Moldorms. They just trolled Breakdown twice! I was about to say, almost a third time, too. Oh, boy.
Oh,
This?
goodness.
Okay, this is getting ugly. Uh-oh. Now,
Last bomb. Make it count.
woo! Made it count and then some. Let's hope there's some here.
Super bombs, lucky. 20 rupees. Blue potion. Bombs.
The bottle does open up a check back in Kakariko Village for Sick Kid. And Solski not talking to Sahasrara to see where the green pendant is. Now, Breakdown does have to be careful here, because one hit from those crabs would be a death, because they do 2 hearts of damage. Breakdown currently at 1.5.
Yep. Well, here's the open. Oh goodness, that was way too close.
Yep.
Just a heart piece.
Breakdown's going for a swim. Now we're heading to Hobo. Let's hope this is good.
Hobo has 20 rupees.
Solski had a better time with the mini Moldorms. Yep, this was an early Morph Ball seed with the race having it.
Alright, well, let's see what the Waterfall of Wishing has. Or whatever it's called, Waterfall Cave.
Waterfall Fairy also works. Gravity Suit Power Bombs! Yes, please.
Okay. Wait, Judd's playing in this tournament?
Just missiles on this or a ledge, so save and quit. And her stun prize is a recovery heart. So if you run low on health, that would be a good way to go for health farm. Actually, it's a red crystal at Harris, so I was mistaken. I missed that, admittedly. So now we'll break down check Sahasrara to see where Green Pendant is, or is he going to bypass that? Turtle Rock. That's a bit interesting because you could pretty much take Ice Rod off your required items list, because the only thing you need that for is Trinex. But at the same time, if the seed decides to be trolly and say hide the bow in Turtle Rock, then yeah, that could get ugly. As both are runners heading back into Super Metroid at around the same time.
I mean, the problem is that Turtle Rock has 5 base items, has Mimic Cave, it has the Green Pendant, and it has the pedestal attached to it.
Yep. At the same time, Solski, though, did not get the gravity suit, so this is going to be a tougher run of it.
Waterfall Cave is where gravity suit was.
Oh, hey, a fire rod.
Ooh.
And Breakdown is opting for the top of Red Tower. Solski not too far behind, but the big difference is Solski got the fire rod, Breakdown did not. Nice strategy for dealing with the larger version of the side hoppers. Power bombs doing a healthy amount of damage. While Solski got Vile Plume.
Oh, that's
Breakdown with the Canis Samaria. Solski not too far behind, except he got Vile Plumed. Pretty easy for that to happen in this room, because trying to get past those jumping enemies without the Ice Rod is not fun. Would not recommend. 0 for 10. Solski continuing down Red Tower, Breakdown heading back up. And Solski's showing off some damage boost skill. It's worth noting that X-ray scope is in logic, as Breakdown gets the fire rod. Ooh, Spring Ball, nice find. And some very good grapples moves by Solski, but will that pay off? Missiles, not quite. But I do like these grapple swinging strats, which is awesome to watch as Breakdown's in wrecked ship finds more super missiles. It's worth noting as we're coming up on Phaeton, Breakdown does have enough ammo to pull off this fight. The NMG any percent route has only about 10 missiles for the top runners.
I don't think they have.
Only Solski went to Blueprint Star. Only thing worth noting was super missiles at Morph Ball. Breakdown got a fast pattern. Now the strategy... Well, I'll let the video speak for itself here. So the strategy here for a 2-cycle with missiles is that you want to be able to get 10 in on the first phase, and now this last phase he's going to try for 9 and 1. At least that's what the top runners go for. Me, I'm good, but I'm not that good. Oh, he missed! Solski, meanwhile, is heading for trade.
I can never tell, like, when to be shot with a super missile.
Generally, the rule of thumb is after you hit him with 19 regular missiles, then you can hit him with a super and the fight's done. Which I think he can do now on this cycle. Or Breakdown's just going to use regular missiles and finish off Fantoon. Meanwhile, Solski's about to head for Kraid. Will we be seeing all of Kraid, or is Kraid going to be here and gone like that?
Knowing Solski probably gone, but who knows? It's not a, nope. Gonna get the
Not this
DLC.
time. Nicely done. Power bombs for the reward, but more importantly, one of the 4 required Super Metroid bosses is down. For both runners, the other 2 being Dragon and Ridley. So now that Rick's ship is cleared out, Breakdown is going to be doing some cleanup, hopefully to find something that's required. Meanwhile, Solski found... Ooh, first sword's been found, and it's behind Kraid on Solski's side.
Wow, okay.
So where Solski's going is he'll be able to check the 2 spots for the high jump boots, but there is also a portal to Death Mountain on A Link to the Past, and that door is the North Fair map. But first, a check of the Croc escape item. Blue Rupee, move right along. And 3 bombs. Breakdown just gonna do a reset.
Oh my. Miss.
Yeah, so the high jump location did not pan out very well. But I do like Solski's exit strategy there. Drop a power bomb, just wall jump up, you're good to go. As Solski's heading to Death Mountain. Breakdown's cleared attic while Solski is finding missiles on top of Spectacle Rock and inside of it too. So we're about to see a dark room on Solski's side. This is out of sequence, as he does not have the lamp yet. But what this will do is get him an item, plus a restart point on Death Mountain.
So that is always nice to have.
It is, but the trick is seeing where you're going, because if you've got the room layout memorized, you're fine, and you probably don't even have to keep the sword up. Now, meanwhile, Breakdown's going to be checking the wrecked ship item. Will he have to come back with Speed Booster? No. I did not see what Solski got, though.
Well,
As Solski's going into the castle. Alright, thank you, chat. A reserve tank. Those do help in the Super Metroid side. There's only 4 in the game, but they can really come in handy in a pinch. Ooh, various suit has been found in Hyrule Castle.
so we
Norfair,
have
anyone?
boots.
I'm not exactly sure what Breakdown was going for there, but it looked like he was missing it by just a little. Okay, I think I get what he's going for now. He's trying to get a quicker cycle for these trippers, which are flying platforms that Samus rides. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the cycle, so now has to take a bit of a slow ride to Foghat. Good jump from that lower tripper, 50 rupees worth. Heart container, not bad. So while Solski's finished up with the escape front half sequence, he's just going to take an intentional death to warp back to the start of the dungeon.
Yep. It's a nice little strat. Just gotta be kind of careful about it, because sometimes you'll die before you're ready to. Ooh.
Speaking of dying before you're ready to, Breakdown just about had a breakdown right there, almost died in bowling. So right now, Solski is doing the sewers dark room. Not exactly well, he's in the front half of it. Not the easiest to get a read.
That is the snake room.
Yep, the rope room. As they're known as ropes in Zelda 1. I used to call them snakes as a kid myself.
He's in the room with the, yep. There's
Oh, and very smart. Very smart move to use the fire rod in the manner he did, and Breakdown's going to be glad to find that's not just an energy tank, that's a hospital to cut the beeping noise.
just 5 rupees.
5 rupees. Not clutch, but at the same time, Breakdown is done with Wrecked Ship, not going to be returning there at all. On to something else. Solski having to use a second bomb because he got tripped by one of the rodents, but the rodent paid for it dearly. With the power glove down there, that is definitely out of sequence, because that means you were intended to either have the lamp or the other lift upgrade to get down there.
Well, you may know eventually.
Guessing Breakdown's going to farm power bombs? Meanwhile, that is a tough wall jump that Solski's going for. It's pretty precise and allows you to get up to Gauntlet without using Infinite Bomb Jump or Shine Spark or Space.
Yeah, in logic, this requires Can Fly, I believe.
The only thing the logic for the tournament, as far as I'm aware, that's required would be IBJ, Infinite Bomb Jump, which requires Morph Ball Bombs, which we have not found yet. So front of Gauntlet only having 20 rupees. What about the back of Gauntlet? Okay, so that block setup that Solski did allowed him to get to both items in one fell swoop, opting to pick up both sets of rupees, which is 70 rupees total. Might have something in mind with that. Ooh, nice pickup. Criteria E-Tank being the Ether Medallion. We don't know what's required for the Dark World, so we don't know which medallion or medallions are required, so it's good to find those while you're still early enough. Who knows? But even so, they come in handy. Looked like Breakdown was trying to do an escape there with a spring ball. Didn't pay out. Solski, meanwhile, in Green Bryn Star, as the couch cash just keeps on coming. And there's a mock ball. That's the most commonly seen one, as it allows for early supers. Ooh, and we got the... So the sequence breaks paying off big time.
They generally do, which kind of makes them scary, but at the same time, so useful. Also, thank you, Resonant Hearts, for the 16-viewer raid. Very much appreciated.
Well, unfortunately, Breakdown's not going to be pleased with anything he finds down here, other than beating Frayed, which is required. Oh, and we got the mirror! Green Brinstar having the goods!
Ooh.
Oh yes, absolutely. Crate as our first sword, the Solskis and the Etikun climb. That's just 10 arrows. Ooh, and Breakdown also getting the same break with Crate quickly closing his mouth.
Yeah, Craig's not very polite about it.
Unfortunately, Breakdown out of supers will need to use a missile to finish this off. Well, at this point, you shoot the clones flying around the room to get a drop. And yes, this is game 1.
Oh boy. Breakdown's struggling a bit here. I really hope he doesn't die.
No, I think the bigger issue is the ammo and getting that last shot in, which he got. Meanwhile, what did Solski get on his side? Ooh, going by chat, I say he found the speed booster. Right now, this upper part of Brinstar looks to be loaded, and Solski hitting a first try Spore Spawn skip.
Yeah, not the easiest trick in the world to do.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how precise that move is. Yeah, and Solski's about to grab Space Jump too. Holy smokes, with Breakdown just finishing off Crate. If he heads that way next, he's going to be set up for the long haul over here. And Solski gets a first try gate glitch.
Oh, the fun one's green gate glitch, so many times in hard mode that it's just like horrible because runners will sit there for like 5 minutes trying to get it.
As Solski does indeed grab Space Jump, and with speed, he's got another check past Charge Beam, which is an energy tank, by the way. Breakdown with a good strat to ensure the door is open. Except Solski doesn't have Gravity Suit. He is able to do, I think a short charge is possible up here. Yep. Except he shine sparked the wrong way. Who hasn't? And all for 1 rupee. Come on, game. Is Breakdown entering Death Mountain from Business Center. We'll find the same things that Solski did, as we are on the same seed. Probably not going to be too thrilled with the missiles, though.
Tank?
And Solski getting the super missile he saw earlier. And we found a mushroom. Quite fitting that it was found in Brinstar, I might add. Okay, so the fetch quest items are starting to pile up. First the mushroom, now the shovel.
Do you want to do a fetch quest?
In the Billy Mays room? Oh, hey, we got an X-ray scope and a heart container. Now, X-ray scope does have some interesting properties that you only see in Rando. There's breakdowns in Meridia. If you have the following combination. Ooh, Quake Medallion, that could be required. But if you have the following combination of the Charge Beam, plasma beam and the X-ray scope, there are certain enemies that you can utilize a strat called the microwave beam on. Dragon being one of them, and it does make that fight pretty easy in its own right. Old Mother Brain a bomb upgrades. Not anything interesting, Solski. Moving on. Nice moves by Solski to get past that, which you typically would need Ice Beam to freeze the enemies for, not with a short charge. Looks like Breakdown is, yep, as I thought, going for a gravity jump. Now what this involves is you basically go from, when you're pausing the game with gravity suit on, then you jump before the screen goes dark as Solski gets the lamp. And if you do it correctly, without the gravity suit on when you unpause, well, then you get a lot more jump height.
Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to make it through Meridia, like, legitimately.
I mean, technically Meridia is in logic because of the grapple beam and gravity suit.
Oh, I meant just, like, even in general, just, like, even in the vanilla game, like, I could not make it through Meridia.
It is a frustrating area, admittedly. Solski gets our first beam upgrade of the siege, the wave beam. Looks like Alcatraz is giving Solski some trouble. This is not easy to do at all. And he got it.
Alright. Solski back in Link to the Past.
Looks to be fetch quest time.
Who wants to do a fetch quest?
That all depends on what's at the end of the road. Yeah, if I had to guess, Solski might be trying to do all of Zora area in one go. The question is, where's the hammer? Well, that would have been hilarious if that had been hammer, because that would have been a game nose, but that's powder.
Fetch quest to a fetch quest. Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice speed clip by Breakdown, and he got the ball with that sequence break. Wow.
Oh.
That's a break in his favor. Just missiles for the mushroom, though.
What's in left sand pit? Tart piece and supers.
Yep, Breakdown not interested in either, so that's a reset. Yes, he did. He saved after getting the bow, then checked the left sand pit.
Pendants at Ice and Swamp.
Now, there is the hammer. It is a good thing Breakdown was not banking on that for Hera, because that would have been bad. He might be banking on that for something altogether different, so we can do basically get Catfish and Zora's Domain all in one go, but I don't think this seed's gonna let him do that.
Well, oh, are we getting a Schechtel check? Looks like we might be getting a Schechtel check. Or not. Or yes.
This is not an easy jump to make. And he made it.
Alright. What do you think Schechtel's gonna have for us?
Well, it can't be Spring Ball, that's for sure, but if you're a runner and you get to Shacktool, this is a good time to, run to the fridge to just get a quick snack or a drink or something. Because it's, about the equivalent of an auto-scroll. Mirror was amongst the treasures found in Green Prince Star. Breakdown has not gone that way yet. ₹300.
Oh, impressive.
Not quite what you want to see there, but also not like it was anything big in terms of progression, but Breakdown's gotta be careful. 46 health. Does not have enough ammo to do a Crystal Flash. That was a dicey one. Got out.
Ooh, please be careful, Breakdown.
Breakdown. In the words of Billy D. Williams, when he played Lando Calrissian, that was too close.
Oh, I don't know that he's gonna make it through this alive, though. Oh my goodness.
This is a butt clencher.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
And speaking of that,
Oh!
very unfortunate. As thankfully with the recent save, not a lot of progress was lost. But that just goes to show how punishing taking a death can be in Super Metroid. Yeah, overall, that death is not going to be the most costly death that you can take in this game. But yeah, deaths in this game can be really, Just no. They're that punishing. The Solski. Ooh, I like this magic cape strat against Moldorm, because Trolldorm can be the biggest jerk in Link to the Past.
There's a reason he's called Trolldorm. Oh, back to that questionable health.
He's in there.
Alright.
Got out of there second time around. Solski went to Monkball Supers to get the hook shot.
Moon Pearl! In the Paradox Cave?
Yep, Paradox Cave having the good.
Master Sword.
Nice, nice. Moon Pearl and Master Sword are probably the S2 pickups for Solski in this Paradox Cave. And yes, Solski will need gravity for sand pits to get the hand. Looks like Breakdown is heading to finish off Eastern, and with the bow, I can't blame him. Yeah, Solski got the lamp, so if he wanted to go to Castle Tower to get Dark World access, he could. However, that's not required for this particular scene. And Solski's going for a swim. If he makes the play to Waterfall of Wishing, he'll have the gravity suit.
Let's hope. Otherwise, he's not gonna be having a whole lot of fun with this seed.
There we go. There's the gravity suit and a power bomb pack as a tip. And now we get to see what King Zora's selling. What sort of scam will it be today?
Life lesson, love lesson, or worth? What do you think? I'm gonna say worth.
Yep, probably worse.
Let's say hammer.
We already got Hammer, and he's selling illegal arms.
Wait, where was hammer?
Hammer was found in the sand pits of Meridia. Unfortunately, that Zora scam means, back to Super Metroid for Solski, but with a lot more stuff. He's able to basically get to everywhere in Super Metroid, save for fighting Ridley, because you need a minimum of 30 super missiles to fight Ridley, And that's if every single one hits, and
well, he does have
he's got
30.
30.
So, if he wanted to play it super risky, he could. I know I sure wouldn't.
That's just 20 rupees at Criteria Powerbomb. Moving on. Looks like we're gonna be seeing a Phantoon on Solski's side. Oops, Shine sparked the wrong way, but he doesn't need to do any swag here. Because he's got Space Jump, he can get over very easily.
Spring Ball.
Breakdown having some trouble with the Dark Room in Eastern, and that Dark Room can be deceptively difficult if you don't hit the Igor or you don't light the torch to either side of you with the Fire Rod. Okay, so what he's looking for there is using that arrow in the Igor as a visual cue. That arrow starts moving, the Igor is moving, and then he can shoot it. Typically, not too many runners will go for Forgotten Highway, even in a rando. I mean, you might see it from a random runner here or there, but it's not a routing decision you would typically see. So, nah, I don't see Solski going Forgotten Highway.
Probably not.
And the only two routes that even go Forgotten Highway in Super Metroid would be 100% map and reverse boss order.
Huh, I didn't know about the reverse boss order one.
Meanwhile, Solski battling Phantoon Breakdown against the Armos Knights. Don't blink on Breakdown side, because that's going to be done real fast. Plasma Beam! Now, if Plasma or Spazer are found in A Link to the Past, they will be off when the runner goes to Super Metroid, and you'll have to turn them on because the two beams aren't compatible with each other. Plasma Beam being the strongest beam in the game. Definitely do not want to mess with Samus once she has that.
Yeah, that would be kind of scary to be any enemies against her.
And that was also a very good Phantoon fight by Solski, lost in the Plasma Beam excitement. Only one thing missing from Microwave Shrimp, and that's the charge beam. His breakdowns in the castle. Swamp being a pendant doesn't really mean much as Breakdown gets the berries. Because I've seen plenty of seeds, both combo and A Link to the Past rando, where just because Swamp was a pendant didn't mean that you didn't have to go there for something. Like, if our runners don't have Titans Mitts very soon, then they could easily be in swamp, or there could be something there that leads to the Titan Mix.
Too many times.
Yeah, I'm with you there, chat. Because there's a likelihood that one pendant dungeon at the minimum is required. Maybe 2, maybe all 3, which is, yeah, that's just gross to think about. Yep. That would be worse, Ranger. Big time. Now, with Varian, Norfair is definitely in logic, but Breakdown's options are limited. He has not gone through Green Brinstar.
Yep.
Yep, I had a fall tournament race with a ped fetch quest item. It was an all dungeon seed, so I figured out let's go on full ped, see what happens. Fetch quest item. Turned out to be arrows at the end of the fetch quest. Yep. Those must be fire arrows or something, as they're in the lava.
Just, yeah. 10 arrows.
Here's our first look at Bubble Mountain. That's the 10 bomb upgrade. Now, the version used for Link to the Past that's used in Combo Rando is version 29. The most recent version does not have those bomb upgrades in the item pool, so this version still used it.
You know, sometimes I just wonder if the item pool is actually the same as vanilla.
Sometimes I wonder that myself, as Breakdown finds the Book of Medora at Missiles of Shame, which... That's going to be interesting, because now Desert Palace is open. You can check Pedestal, and the tablets will be open once he gets the Master Sword. Farming time for Breakdown. Missiles in the way to the wave beam. And 3 bombs at wave beam. Moving on. Back to Link to the Past for Solski.
What are these 2 items? Rupees, rupees, and power bombs.
Yep, unfortunately, only the power bomb's worth anything out of that. Looks like Solski's heading towards Crumble Tower, which is just 20 rupees. Looks like our runners are going to be converging on the Crocomire fight at the same time. Almost.
Unfortunately, no charge beam to just charge plasma the thing.
That would be fun, because if you charge Plasma Crocomire, it's just one and done.
Look how close they are.
And Breakdown has wrapped Crocomire. Just picks up the 20 rupees. He's just gonna chill over here, because the Crocomire cutscene gets kinda laggy.
Yeah. Also, nice color palette on that rupee.
I think Solski was going for a spike suit there, but didn't get it. One rupee there, but not worth it.
Green rupee's not really ever worth it. Or any type, really, except for the bigger ones after the early game. So, where's our next progression gonna be?
Spacer Beam's been found. Indiana Jones missiles. It'll make a nice powerful beam effect for him. While Grapple Beam item is Heart Piece, which Breakdown's about to pick. Or not. Now, Breakdown wasn't able to get up there, did he? I wonder. I don't think he saw that was Spazer, though. If he did, he'd have to just. Let's hope he doesn't come back, because that'd be a long out of the way for a one-off that wouldn't do him any good. Damage boost into the missiles. And Solski's making the Lower Norfair play.
Oh boy. Well, we'll see what's down here.
Other than very powerful enemies, Golden Chorizo and Ridley. You can also get to Meyer Shed after you beat GT or using Gate Glitch.
What about Green Gate Glitch? Sorry.
Yeah, it's something I couldn't hit. I mean, he could hit Green Gate Glitch if he wanted to avoid having to fight Golden Chorizo, but it's also a way into Meyer Shed, which Solski can use to mirror to get into Desert.
Well, it works.
Now, without the charge beam, Solski's going to have to use super missiles to damage GT. And there's Bombos now, we know where all the medallions are.
Where's Quake again?
Quake's Main Street Missiles Meridia.
Well, it's always good to know where all the medallions are so you don't have to find out you're missing that one medallion and then be like, where is it?
As Solski finishes off Golden Chorizo with 2 supers to spare. Nicely done. And Solski's going right into the Meyer checks, starting with the Mirror to Checkerboard kit. Uh-oh, that key means Desert is boot locked. And we can confirm a boot locked Desert Palace.
Yeah. Well, can always do the steal the key method, but
Looks like Breakdown's going for the exit that's not often used to get over to Agena Cave.
I don't ever actually think about that. What's
Nope,
even
they
in that
can't.
cave?
Capacity upgrade as Solski's checking Meyer Shed.
Oh, I meant the Dark World equivalent.
It's just some dude that gives advice for money in the vanilla game, I think.
Makes sense.
And Solski grabs the bottle.
Did we ever check the kid?
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe that's where, Breakdown's going now.
Yep, as Solski is about to get the bad news about Desert.
Alright, what you got for us, kid?
Supers. I am not sure, but the longer Breakdown puts off Green Brinstar, the more Solski gains an advantage from that. Breakdown's running the gauntlet, as we've got Solski going in to Misery.
Ooh.
Solski's through Mire 2, now into the main part of the dungeon. That second room of Mire is why a number of runners of Vanilla and both randos will not mirror in Mire.
Yeah, I kinda gotta agree with him. That room's horrible.
As Breakdown gets the Ether Medallion. Yeah, this seed did not have anything of value in Gauntlet, but Breakdown is about to find value. Big time.
We'll see if Solski finds anything of value.
Plus, I've always enjoyed the Green Brinstar music.
Yeah, kinda gotta agree with you. There's a silk shot.
Yeah, I'm thinking Breakdown routes in all of the rest of Brinstar on this go.
Alright, let's see what Cutscene Chest has.
There's the mirror for Breakdown.
Just compass in the cutscene chest. That's unfortunate.
Art container on Solski's side.
You know, honestly, given Nintendo's affinity for making the big key be in the most annoying place possible, I would think that they would have put the big key there, but eh.
And power bombs there, so moving on. You might want to be careful with how many times he goes for Spore Spawn glitch. Because he's at, or rather supposed to skip, because he's only got one shot left. And he missed!
You can always farm some more supers, though.
Yeah, that's true. A few more attempts, and he got it. First
Nice
one
job.
post refill. So, Chad, if you're looking to see Spore Spawn today, sorry, maybe next time.
You know, I've never noticed how the sword is also invisible when you have cape on.
But without the bow, it's certainly the best way of going about Vitreous 1. But now comes Vitreous 2, and this is where it gets dicey. You really don't want to get hit.
This is where you wish you had that bow. Ooh, speaking of getting hit. Alright, just gotta go for safe strats.
First try Blue Gate glitch for breakdown, as Solski finishes off Vitreous nicely. Now, one more point to make about Vitreous is that the vanilla game expects you to have blue mail at that point, so getting hit with green mail does 4 hearts of damage. So basically, Vitreous hits like a truck. As Breakdown gets the space jump, Solski's going to Lower Norfair. This is a good spot for super missile farming.
Wait, you can just run through that room?
Yep, that you can if you've got gravity suit and speed booster.
I guess I usually see people do it before they have gravity suit.
Nice Shine Spark by Solski. If you don't Shine Spark, you'll have to Power Bomb there, and you'll take a pretty considerable amount of damage. While Lower Norfair may be dangerous, its item route is pretty linear. So in terms of getting lost, that's definitely not the concern here. And the Mickey Mouse missiles is a Mickey Mouse arrow upgrade. The boat was in Meridia. Breakdown was able to do a snail clip to get it out of logic. Solski is yet to go to Meridia, though. Breakdown cleans out the Billy Mays room as he was very interested in the but wait, there's more part of the room as well.
Yep. X-ray's nice though. That's 2/3 a microwave for him. Although doesn't have much left he can kill with it, I think.
Well, there is Dragon. But the thing is, we don't know where Charge Beam is yet. And for all we know, Charge Beam could be a Moldorm too, and by that point it would be a little too...
I don't think the Charge Beam can ever be in Galen's Tower. Because in the logic it says that you should have all the items required to beat Super Metroid before Turian.
Oh yeah. That's... I mean, the first combo seed I played had Morph Ball bombs at Moldorm 2, so... Yeah, I guess anything. Well, as long as it's in logic. Meanwhile, he's got... Yep, Super's there.
Aren't those vanilla?
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, but here's Ridley.
Oh.
Solski's gonna need to hit 30 super missiles to defeat Ridley. Oh yeah, Charge Beam can most definitely be on pedestal at this seed.
Oh, that'd be so horrible. But oh, so very amazing at the same time.
Yep, as Solski gets the wave, as Breakdown gets the wave beam, Solski, that Morph Ball grab allows Ridley's death animation to be sped up, so that when he's grabbed, or rather when Samus is grabbed by Ridley when he's got 0 HP, Ridley just explodes. I think the first time I found that out was accidentally as a kid. My mind was amazed. I was like, wait a minute, he grabbed me and he just blew up? Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, goodness. Will he ever die if he doesn't grab you?
Oh, he does die. It's just a lengthy cutscene. It's just a lengthy sequence that goes on before he dies. It's like about a minute and a half before that. I don't know the exact time off the top of my head, but somewhere in that ballpark. Breakdown checking the last missile upgrade, as Solski is making an exit from Lower Norfair. Oh, there's the lamp. I forgot that was there. Combo Rando can really play with your memory.
Yeah. So much to remember. What is it? 316 item locations, I believe?
Yep, 316. And that is not an easy task whatsoever. Missiles at Ridley Energy Tank.
Interesting.
That might be worth heading around for, because Tempered Sword is definitely a potent enough offensive option to warrant taking that time to go around and get that.
Especially without silvers.
Precisely, because Silverless Master Sword, I'm just gonna shake my head at that and say, nah. I'd rather not do that unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, 52 spins.
And if you don't execute it right first try, it costs you time, and yeah. Yeah, that other sword upgrade could also be on pad.
Oh.
Yes, Breakdown is now going after Moldor. Reserve tank? Solski says no thank you. So Breakdown missed the clip to get the infinite iframes in the tile room, so now he's gonna have to block the blocks. And yes, ouch, Red Key Hunter, indeed, they do 50 damage when you have both suits.
Always gotta love when the big key's in the basement.
Yep. As Solski's running down to get his Book of Medora, might want to grab that now. Because Speed Booster triggers the exit cutscene. As Solski finishes the farm to get some health back, Breakdown is closing in on Moldor. And Solski is not interested in power bombs as Breakdown is going for hammer strats on Moldor. This is faster than using Fighter Sword, And yeah, I know Hammer has a bit of a janky hitbox as Breakdown gets troll dormed. You hate to see that happen. Now, what you want to do is hit Moldorm's tail with the hammer 3 times. That beats 6 slashes with a fighter sword any day of the week, hitbox or otherwise. Uh-oh, Breakdown having some trouble here. This can be a tricky thing to deal with, especially if you're not used to Hammer's hitbox. Oh, jeez. Now Moldorm's being really rude. Solski's making the Meridia play. This is the right play to make because the hammer is in the left sand pit. And speaking of hammer, down goes Moldorm. It's not an easy fight to do swordless, because, yeah, it took me a bit to get that one as well. So, yeah, it does take some practice.
However, some players, once they learn how to do hammer Mordor, prefer it over using a fighter sword. Hi, I'm Lachlan. I'm joining you right now.
Alright, good evening, Lachlan. How are you doing tonight? And yeah, I prefer hammer over fighter sword any day of the week. Yeah, earlier, Breakdown found the hammer in the left sand pit. The bow, by doing a snail clip, Solski will be able to get that in sequence, or rather in logic, with the speed booster Shine Spark. Now, Spiral Cave without boots, I'm generally not a fan of. But while you're up here, you might as well do it. Don't be like me last night on my end and not do it and leave progression here. But this time, no progression.
Super missiles may not be progression, but until they find Charge Beam, they are very welcome.
Absolutely. Haven't seen where it is yet, but Breakdown's about to get a Moon Pearl. And knowing what we know about this seed, if he were to go through the escape sequence, he would find a lift upgrade and gain Dark World access that way. But he is about to get his Master Sword here, and that will be very helpful. Yeah, Solski did the escape back half as Dark Rooms, and by doing so, was able to get the Power Glove in the back. So he would have to go that way in order to get to the first lift upgrade. Because honestly, if I had to guess, I'd say that second lift upgrade might be in Swamp Palace, because most recent logic of Zelda Rando, you're at this point in the game, you haven't found the second lift upgrade, it might be in Swamp, especially if you have the stuff for it.
If you haven't found any lifts, you could be thinking, oh no, this might be an Aghanim seed.
That too, because I've seen plenty of them. There's the bow for Solski. Looks like Breakdown's going for short charge to Quake. Just not getting enough taps on it, unfortunately.
That can be a tricky short charge to do, although not as tricky as doing it just straight from the bottom here. That's an extremely odd one.
Doing it
He's going to do the vanilla method.
Yeah, the intended way, and even the intended way can be tricky. Safe to say, this is one of the toughest locations to get to in the vanilla game. Yeah, so Samus has to line basically in front of that second plot of tall grass, then shine spark up, boom.
Yes, if you look on the ground, there is a specific piece of greenery that points out where you jump from.
Also that too, chat. But then again, our runners are not required to do hell runs and all in live.
I mean, yeah, they could choose to do some. Well, I mean, not without, they can't now since they're Varia, but... Just because hard mode logic isn't required doesn't mean you aren't allowed to use it.
Looks like Breakdown's heading for Spore Spawn. Gotta be careful with the ammo, though, because only 10 supers, and you need to hit all 10. And if you miss any, then missiles come into play.
So I believe this guy's named Batwin.
Yep. Out of supers, be careful with the regular missiles, because it's a reset if he runs out of ammo without charge beam.
Also, he's going to give us the Shack Dual Check.
Unfortunately, Shack Tool does not have anything of value. Oh, as Solski shoots Shack Tool. As Breakdown just ran right by the level 2 shield and is going to do some farming here. Good idea, get some ammo back.
Getting his ammo back here could be good, I suppose, if he wants to enter Super Metroid through a different access route, because for Dragon, he can always just use the grappling beam and fry him.
Yep. Yep, that's always fun to do. You know it's a tough boss fight when the Nintendo Player's Guide from 1994 recommends that, as Solski is busy tickling Shack Tool. Well, that wasn't exactly tickling. And Solski takes him out a third time!
He does not like Shack Duel, does he?
Breakdown setting up short charges? Just missed the quick kill with the electrocution strap. There we go. We got Fried Trip. Nothing valuable there. Now, Breakdown does have the plasma beam. He could check the plasma location without any risk of a soft lock. That could hold something, but you never.
Well, unfortunately, if he leaves here, there's never really a good time to go back for it. So he could just choose to save here, go all the way to Plasma, and if he doesn't like it, just take the portal back out to the Dark World, because he has flippers.
That, and it can also mirror from the other side of said portal.
Well, without gloves, that portal is his Dark World access right now.
Yep, that is true. And it looks like Solski is heading for... Purchasing very expensive bombs. Yeah. That's definitely a hype cave play. Not sure how hype it'll be unless the boots, a lift upgrade, or charge beam are here.
It's starting out okay with some supers.
Yep, just
I'm
to
calling
keep
that 1 out of 10.
disappointment. And Plasma Beam was missile, so Breakdown's just resetting. Zelda equivalent of Shack Tool would be taking the former thief's sign.
Now, I'd say doing the Lumberjack room check. That still actually represents an even greater expenditure.
Yeah, well, I don't even think we've seen Lumberjack yet, so that's got me wondering if a lift upgrade or boots are there. Either or would force Castle Top.
And Breakdown is going to take this portal, so he is in the Dark World. Although, unless he finds a glove, he better make sure he stays here.
Agreed. Pod would be a good first stop. There's also Hype Cave. Number of good places to check to start.
Well, it's a good thing I always have a bow, because it is bow locked.
And Breakdown is not too far behind. Big difference, other than Solski getting here first, is that Solski does have Tempered Sword as he went by way of Ridley. Breakdown, not yet. And yes, both of our runners do have the means to get over to the west side of Dark World. Oh no, Breakdown got hit, so he has to go back and get Kiki. That's an unfortunate time loss for him.
And another 10 rupees down.
And he just got trolled by that fairy because it just flew away on him. And Breakdown's in there.
Now, of the 6 early chests here in Pod, at least 4 of them are going to be small keys. So we have at least one guaranteed small key within the next 2 chests. That's not to
And
say the other one can't also be one.
Breakdown
the 6 have
opting
to be.
for a death instead of using the mirror to get some health back. I cannot blame him because he was low.
Death healing is a perfectly valid strategy.
Now, the glove that Breakdown has yet to get, Hyrule Castle Escape. Solski did Dark Rooms to get there.
And with the keys we have, we know that Harmless Hellway is not key for a key.
That's an energy tank.
So far, not really finding anything nice in this Palace of Darkness. However, we do have one item left on Helmasaw King, so there might still be something good down here.
Yep, either way, it's gonna be a dead Helmasaur King in a matter of minutes. That would be my guess about Solski, because he might backdoor him already after this. He might put that off until after he goes through Skull Woods and Thieves Town. Solski had to take care of a bit of a turtle party, but that's all dealt with.
At least he had a lamp for that turtle party.
Solski's already going to work in Phase 1.
He's getting that mail out because he's going to hit up Beaston right when this is finished.
And a red potion for his troubles.
I'm going to stick with my original diagnosis of Palace of Nothing Good.
Yep, that would be accurate. Yeah, with Thieves Town, Skullwood's fully clearable. I fully expect both runners to be heading that way after this. However, Breakdown's gonna have some trickier routing to get through those areas due to the lack of a lift upgrade.
Surprisingly, the lack of a lift doesn't make that much of a difference. Since he has the hammer, he can just choose to hammer the peg instead of lifting a rock to get to the hookshot spot.
That is true. And Breakdown misses the first arrows, like the red mimic, which are based off of Zelda 1 Garias, felt a breeze go by. No, unfortunately, Catfish does require a lift upgrade, so if in the event the second lift upgrade happens to be there, then that would force Breakdown to take the long way to back of Escape for the first lift upgrade, then go to Catfish for the second one, which would be nasty.
That would be pretty terrible.
And once Solski defeats the Armus Knights, he will pick up the Plasma Beam. Now we're seeing a difference in strats for Helmasaur King. Solski did not have a sword beam charged up, well, rather a sword spin charged, while Breakdown did. Now, when the sword's charged up and you hit Helmasaur King with the hammer, you just recoil back and you're still facing him. Some runners are more comfortable with the keep continuously facing him, other runners the other way. Because you know what they say, different strokes for different folks.
Well, with Solski having to do this Eastern Palace, Breakdown will actually get a head start on seeing some of these Dark World checks.
Yep, let's see where he heads to first after he takes the walk out of here. I don't think Solski meant to take that guard out with that extra arrow, but it only costs like a handful of seconds for that little slip up. No big deal. Solski has the plasma beam and he's moving.
He's almost certainly happy to see that plasma beam. Even without charge, it'll be helpful.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things to pick up is Plasma Beam, because of the tremendous firepower boost that it gives. Piece of heart on the pyramid. Seems like we're playing the vanilla game without beating Aghanim.
Solski is not going to go check the pyramid and catfish area. He's just heading straight over to take the Darkwood portal near the Lost Woods.
Understandable strategy. Now, I think Breakdown might drop the mirror here to turn the mushroom in, because he's not able to get over to Catfish without a lift upgrade. Yeah, the speedrun strat for the Armus Knights, the bow is like a trip hammer.
Unfortunately for Breakdown, the witch is only trading small missiles for that mushroom. Not even the good kind.
Yeah, I mean, if you start getting into a spot, that might be worth picking up, but really, nah, that's not gonna be worth it. Where is Breakdown? Oh, he's gotta be going towards Hype Cave. I can see why he would go that way, because it's 5 locations, but I'm not so sure about routing it in this manner, because it would be faster to go up to Skull Woods, Thieves Town, and then come back down and around to get to Hype Cave that way.
I am inclined to agree with you there.
Unless he's gambling on something at, like, Digging Game, or Stumpy, or Cave 45. That's the only possible way I can think of this working out. Either way,
Or making
it's
a
a...
super gamble into Swamp. Which, even though it's a pendant dungeon, does have many items in it.
Yep. It is the highest item density out of the dungeons outside of Ganon Tower with 6. And since we haven't seen Titan's Mitts yet, there's a pretty good chance that it's in Swamp, if you ask me. Because once Breakdown gets gloves, he'll be able to access the Dark Road portals, and he'll be able to get the Titan's Mitts out of back of a... Piece of heart, so not yet. As Solski's going to take on a boss that I'm not too many folks are a fan of in this particular game, Mothula. Because anytime Mothula is hit into the spikes, the hit's negated. Yeah, it looks like he did forget Cave 45. And unfortunately for Breakdown, it's just bombs.
Well, he's heading back towards the K45 area. Perhaps we'll see it yet.
And he's making that play. I guess he wanted that for the return trip. But we got a head check. Can I get some bless RNGs in chat, please?
And today we have Big
Big
Bada
Bada Boom, which is not required. It was certainly worth the try, though.
Is that the pack of 10 bombs?
No, I think Big Bada Boom's gotta be power bombs. That's my guess, anyway.
As nice as power bombs are, unless you're in some sort of seed where that's your first set of them, that bet isn't worth it.
Yep, and it looks like Breakdown is going to roll the Gamble-Matic 9000 and jump into Swamp Palace.
To be fair, if I were playing against Solski, I would consider making this play myself. In an attempt to find some sort of advantage.
That is very true.
That's it, I'd do the same thing if I were playing against Breakdown. Ah, thank you, Stargazer, for enlightening me about what the 10 bomb is called.
I suppose they call it a... So it's the 10 bomb? Okay.
No, 10 bomb is a great many booms.
Yeah, so Big Bada Boom has gotta be the power bomb. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if it were Vanilla Boots, because the last couple of combo seeds that I've played have had something vanilla. Problem is, we haven't found the Ice Rod yet.
Well, Solski's getting one of the worst locations, and what do you know? He sees it, he does not like it.
And he's giving it a beating. Well, that might be something you would see Fred Coughlin do whenever he plays a Zelda 3 rando. Drop a bomb on a chest or something, which is what he would typically do. That's a new ring. But that does open up the possibility of Turtle Rock being needed somewhere down the line.
So,
There's a blue mail, nice.
But first, we still do need the Titan's Mitts to reach Turtle Rock, so... As long as that's our go mode item, that I saw to safe.
Now, Breakdown's taking the time to check left side swamp. I can't blame him, because you never know, something could be here. But you just don't know, so you might as well check it, get it out of the way. Especially if you've already found the map or the compass, or both.
Ooh,
I like that. Oh, I like that fine. Just somersault into enemies to rip them apart in Super Metroid. It's insanely powerful.
If Breakdown finds that before he does Lower Norfair, that'll help him a lot.
Solski's already done Lower Norfair, so it's not going to benefit him to nearly the degree that it would benefit Breakdown should he grab it. Well, Screw Attack's a quality of life item, period.
It can be progression in certain extreme cases.
It's like Solski's shedding bombs is causing some lag as Breakdown finds the Morph Ball bombs. Not gonna need those at this point in the game with Space Jump and all those power bombs, so but it's good to know you have an alternative if you need to conserve ammo. Logic does not always require Ice Beam. With all the power bombs they have, they can use power bombs to defeat the Metroids as it takes 3 per.
It's just because Screw Attack isn't logically required this seed. Doesn't mean that you'll find another seed where it isn't. In my first co-op race, there was a required Screw Attack, so it absolutely can be in logic.
So Breakdown running low on health in the back of Swamp while Solski and Hellway should be fine though. That is a rough Thieves Town opening. And not the opening you'd want to see if you were here without the hammer. And so far, Swamp is not paying out for Breakdown. And there's the charge beam in Thieves Town for Solski. That's really gonna help matter.
Charge plasma. Mother Brain better watch out.
Yep, just needs Ice Beam for full Power Beam, which really speeds up Mother Brain 1 considerably.
Yeah, with all beams, it's 20 charge shots versus 60 super missiles.
Breakdown goes for the blue potion. I cannot blame him whatsoever.
Yes, for chat wondering, Charge Beam is logically required for Botwoon and Ridley. And Mother Brain. It is possible to do all three of those things without it, but logically it's required since none of them drop ammo.
There's the Ice Beam. So now we have a full Power Beam for Solski, and I would suspect that Breakdown will have that full Power Beam as well.
We see August go down.
There's
We find boots.
That's a dirty, dirty location for a required item. I was watching Professor Broman play a rando last night, and he had Titan's mitts there. So yeah, Argus can be a real dirty troll in terms of holding progression.
Well, the gamble paid off right at the very end.
Yep, he's got Bump Rocks access now.
And he'll almost certainly want to check what's inside the lumberjack tree now.
It'll be our first look at that. Disappointing that it was only missiles, but with the movement gains you got it from the boots, then it's definitely worth. And Sick Kid's got super missiles,
which are now useless for Solski.
That's an energy tank at Lumberjack Tree, so we do not need to deal with Aghanim for that.
Now, will Breakdown go through the Metroid loop to get to the Dark Ward again? Or will he go through that escape?
Meanwhile, we're getting a check at Magic Bat.
Yes, as Andy in chat points out, you always need the mitts, because you can't get to Ganon's tower without them.
Interestingly enough, Link to the Past Inverted Randomizer doesn't require you to get mitts. You just need one lift upgrade, except if there's something in King's Tomb that's required. But that's literally a fringe case in Inverted. In a regular rando such as this, you absolutely have to have mitts. The Breakdown's finally on the right trail to get the Power Glove. That will definitely allow him to, well, it'll help him power through the rest of this sea.
It'll let him get into the Dark World without having to run all the way through Meridia again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. $11 digs for bombs. It's definitely well below the mean of 15. Now, the one question I have is this. What could be at the Bombos tablet? That is in logic now, as Breakdown finally gets his Power Glove. And while Dragon does open up the plasma check, Breakdown's already made that check, and unfortunately, Solski will not be pleased with what's. And Solski's heading for the Bombos tablet. Breakdown heading into Skull Woods and Thieves Town loaded with beans. Just a heart container.
Now, Solski does have both 5-6 crystals. We could choose to check the Pyramid Fairy.
That would certainly be a good play to make, because that's 2 checks right there. It's a very good question, Andy. I would not be surprised if the logic is flawed, because I had a seat that I rolled last night that something seemed up with, but I have to post what was up with it later.
For those who are curious, there is a logic flaw in V30 of Link to the Past right now. However, this is based off of V29.
So yeah, Pyramid Fairy could be go mode for all intents and purposes. So he sees the heart container. And now let's see what's at the Pyramid Fairy. Two heart containers, and he's gonna throw a bottle in, which will have a random effect.
Today, Pyramid Fairy is giving out a blue goo.
That's the best goo, by the way. Is he
Mr.
getting full magic?
Go mode refers to when the runners have all the items they need to beat the game. So any remaining dungeons, they have everything they need to clear them, such as fire rods, your acquired sword level for Ganon, everything. You just have to go and kill all the bosses in all the dungeons.
And it looks like we might get a catfish check on Solski's side.
Well, we are rapidly running out of locations for that Titansmiths to be at.
You know it's not Mothula, but Breakdown has to break Mothula down. Of the items that he has, the hammer would do the most damage at 8, but that also has the toughest hitbox to work with. What's catfish? Just 50 rupees, and Solski is like, nope. Breakdown gets a potion,
which it turns out he didn't need. But it's far better to be safe than sorry, because no one wants to have to run through that whole area just to get to Mothman again.
Absolutely, and I've had runs die to Mothula, so it's good to get that pain in the butt out of the way.
Alright, it looks like Breakdown is going to finish his Skullwoods checks while Solski goes ahead and finishes out Dragon. For that matter, if you're seeing this game and you think, wow, this is awesome, feel free to check out the links that just got posted in chat, and feel free to join in on the fun. You don't have to race, you can play at your own pace, play for fun, casually. Or if you do want to have some racing fun, every Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, and Monday evening, there are community races. Everyone is welcome to join. You don't have to be the best person ever. We welcome any and all who want to play this.
And here goes the microwave beam strat, which you only see in this combo rando, or the regular item randomizer. And it just takes a boss that can give that your first time playing this game would probably give you a lot of fits and finish him off in very short order. Yeah, this is just the first race of a best of 3 between the two runners. And they'll be racing again tomorrow as well.
And in the event a third race is needed, they will schedule.
Yeah, for Super Metroid at this point, it's Mother Brain that's all that's left, so if I'm Solski, I would not blame him if he took care of that now. At the same time, he doesn't have boots, so he can't go back to Desert just yet. Breakdown, on the other hand, could go North Fair via Business Center and get back to that part of the game and be able to clear those dungeons. And he'd be able to do it in one fell swoop as well. Yeah, Ranger of Void covered it. All that's left is Spike Cave, King's Tomb, and the one item we have not seen in Desert Palace, which, I'll be honest, would be dirty. Any of those locations would be dirty.
Spike Cave would be the dirtiest. As finding
Agreed.
boots there could convince Solski to search a Mitzlock's location for the boots.
Yeah, that would be the one that would troll Solski in the greatest manner. Well, if Breakdown finds it, well, if he finds it, he's in go mode for both. Because he has the ammo needed for both games, but in this dungeon, he'll get the beams he needs. Yeah, the ice rod might be a red herring here.
I saw it as a red herring.
Yeah, so its appearance is... well, let's just say it's really not needed. Because these runners will know how to do silverless strats against Ganon, so they won't need the silver arrows. Breakdown gets the charge beam.
So which remaining location will Solski check first? It looks like he's going for the swamp play. which will get him his boots.
That would be the correct play to make in this situation. Because once he eats Argus, he'll have his boot. As Breakdown's about to get his Ice Beam.
To answer Trogdor's question as to why Spring Ball's on the tracker, this tracker is also used for hard mode runs of this game, where Spring Ball can be all sorts of progression. There are some serious tricks you can do with that thing.
I'd have to watch a hard mode race at some point. Well, let's just say hard mode might be a little bit out of my league performance-wise, but still be fun to watch. Now, I didn't get to cover this earlier, but the way the blind fight works is that it's on a script that reacts to your movements. So if you stick to the script, you should have no problems beating blind whatsoever. I would agree, Andy, but at the same time, Breakdown can do Mire and Desert in one fell swoop. So that'll favor him just a little. Either way, I think we're about to get an answer to King's Tomb. Well, Breakdown's gonna check the ledge first and find the ice rod. It's the next check that I'm really interested in here, because we have not seen it. As Solski gets blue mail.
This is one of the 3 spots left that could be hiding out Titans.
And Solski's... Oh, there they are! The Titans bits in the King's Tomb! Breakdown is now in go mode, folks.
That he is, although he still has some serious dungeoning to do.
He's also got a bit of a path to make to get over to Mire and Desert, but it's definitely doable. He will get Bombos on his way to Ridley.
To answer the question, you can access Mire through a warp in the lower north area. Above where you get Screw Attack, that energy refill room has been replaced with a warp to the right Mire shed. So no flute is needed today.
Flute would have been faster, but not required. Yeah, I might have gotten a little bit ahead of myself, but hey, who hasn't?
And chat has issued a correction, we are not in go mode.
Chat has kept me covered. Now, here's the thing. The Mire entrance is on the way. So he could take out Golem Terizo, hit go mode, and be on his way. As Solski gets the boots. But Breakdown's going the other way. Uh-oh. Either he means to green gate glitch, or he's not going... Okay, this could be bad news for Breakdown. This could be GG right here, because Breakdown is choosing to go the quick route to Ridley, which I can't blame him for, but the problem is, this is not going to end well.
This is some unfortunate routing on his part. Solski's about to discover the Agatree energy tank.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, chat, so go along. So just bear with me for a sec. What I was thinking he'd do is he'd go left, beat Golden Chorizo to get Bombos, which we know would have been go mode. Then deal with Meyer and Desert, then pop back into Lower Norfair to take out Ridley. At least that seems like it would be faster, but that's just me.
And Solski appears to be heading towards the King's Tomb by taking this particular Dark World portal. Once he goes in there and gets his mitts, he will actually be in go mode.
Yep. Although to be fair, in these really long randomizers, it's easy to forget small details. I know I have.
Solski didn't deal... Well, Solski got his boots.
Yeah, he omitted left side swamp, which was pretty smart.
If he hadn't found value, there's a reasonable chance he would have gone in for those last couple items on the left side. And that is go mode for Solski.
2 hours, 35 minutes, and about 15 seconds, I'll say. Hit go mode. Now it is time to beat the remaining boss on this side in Desert, and then you just Ganon's Tower and Turian left. There's the grab, and down goes Ridley. Actually, there's enough time where Solski could beat Ganon, then beat Mother Brain and save the animals, but really...
Even with the optimal... If Breakdown had made the optimal routing of getting the bombos on left side of Lower Norfair, including the 2 dungeons, Solski would still have a lead.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as big of a lead, but
But low and all fair is big.
yeah, it seems. Well, he's doing a farming right now to get some ammo, which I can't blame him.
That is the grapple beam you are saying, Jacob.
The grapple beam also works on weaker enemies as well.
Breakdown could want a tempered sword.
And if he makes the right turn on the Norfair escape, he will find it.
In that case, silvers are the only optional item I could see these owners wanting, but they're not going to go out of their way to hunt for them. I'm predicting as soon as they get the Ganon's Tower big key, they're heading straight up. On the other, they may take Mortal 2's chest.
Wait a minute,
Who doesn't?
Breakdown is doing something totally unexpected. He is going for a lava dive.
This is an acid dive.
Well, lava, acid, it doesn't matter. This is some very unusual routing that I was not expecting at all. I'm gonna have to ask him about this because I was not expecting. Well, fun fact, that was also the first time how I got out of Lower North Fair was going out that way.
Well, got some issues with getting that tempered sword, I suppose.
He's not getting it that way, but we're about to get something else started. Get your time to get your big key guesses in, folks. 1 through 22 in chat. Then yes, there is a leaderboard. If you are a sub or you've cheered 250 bits or more on any of the Speed Gaming channels. Now, meanwhile, Breakdown going for Green Gate Blitz, he gets it. However, he is going to need to fight Golden Terizo in order to get the bombos. There is no way around it.
Now, what is your guess for the big key while we still have time? I'm personally rooting for number 15.
I'm taking 11. Not sure why, but I'm just going 11. Well, Breakdown is... Well, he's not far off from Bombos, but he is going to have to clear the dungeons here. Well, he can clear Desert, but he can't clear Mire. So Bombos was the one medallion to rule them all for this seed.
Right. If you haven't gotten your guess in, you better hurry up and do so, because we're almost at the tower.
I'm waiting till he hits the top of the basement stairs, by the way. So get him in now, folks. You're running out of time. And a swag hammer dash. One, not small key. 2, piece of heart. Not opting to go right side to check that. Just gonna opt to go left.
Usually I only see straight right side checks when you have a double small.
Well, that's probably a good thing he went to the left because it was number 3.
Congrats to Inalus. You are the winner.
That was quick.
Yep, you got the big key number 3, and he already had the one small key he needs to find before coming up this way. Although it appears he also picked up a bonus one from the room to the left of the big key. This way he doesn't have to bother killing the mini Helmasaurs further on.
Well, further on, I just kill them and check the chests for silvers, but that's just me.
In all fairness, Solski has no way of knowing how big of an advantage he has right now.
That is true, because at this point, he's about 2 hours 43 minutes in. He's probably thinking that Breakdown is nipping right at his heels. I mean, I'd probably be thinking the same thing. So it would be understandable for him to keep on going full throttle, because that's the way to do it with these. Besides, it's not over until you see the dot done in IRC. But yeah, 12 spins for Final Phase Ganon is relatively minor compared to, say, if you have just Master Sword. We're gonna have simultaneous Landwilla fights. Breakdown the first, Solski the second. Using a spin attack to save magic, I like that strategy. And down they go.
Nearly simultaneous Mordom kills.
It's always satisfying to see the guards fall. And Breakdown's gonna be heading back into Lower Norfair, hopefully to GT, because that's where he needs to go, and yep, that's where he's going. Okay, so what Solski was waiting for there was for the door to close in the other room, so that, because if he had gone up the stairs at the same frame that door closed, he would have despawned the top of Ganon's tower and had to restart the climb.
That would have been extremely unfortunate, although he still would be in the lead.
True that, even though he wouldn't have had any way of knowing that.
Well, there's one last chest he can grab in this tower.
Unless he does what I think he's going to do and hover it? Nope, he fell off.
Everything is only faster if you get it right the first try.
True that, but he's got plenty of time. Otherwise, it's 1/1 spin with the Tempered Sword. Yep, Breakdown just got Bombos and entered Go mode, but he's short a sword.
And Mordom was guarding the compass. Now Solski knows we're agging him to it.
So now the question is, how's Solski's geometry tonight? Oh, this is an easy triple. Except he missed on the third one! Oh, that could have been a double triple so easily, but a 3 cycle's still really good.
3 cycles, great. It's rare that you actually have even an opportunity to go for a 2 cycle. As there's no guarantee that Aghanim will actually choose to personally shoot 2 energy balls.
Yep, the pattern was 23 is number 1. As for Solski, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. We're looking for 12 hits per phase. Except for phase 3, where it's 1 hit per. Now this is an interesting setup here. So what Solski's going to go for is a setup similar to the God Corner, but he's got to be careful because if he slips and gets hit into Ganon, then he's going to take a couple of hits and that'll be really painful.
Well, he does have that blue potion, just in case. Because he did toss that bottle into the Pyramid Fairy.
And now we get the fight of 100 teleports.
Yes, one of the differences between this and the vanilla Link to the Past Randomizer is that the players are not guaranteed to have the same number of Ganon teleports.
Or the same AGA 1 RNG. Oh, they were in Turtle Rock game. That's dirty. I don't think Solski's gonna, Breakdown's gonna go for those silvers, so they're gonna stay in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this is Zuda. We don't need the special arrows here.
Or Zelda 1 for that matter. And with that last spin, we have bacon, and one more major boss to go for Solski, and that be Mother Brain.
Alright, everyone give 1 G in the chat for Solski. He has to beat Mother Brain to get the second one, though.
And an interesting strat on Solski's side, save and quit, then reset. And if you do it right, well, you gotta be careful not to do it too soon or you corrupt your save data, as poor Lack Attack found out earlier in this tournament. But resetting is a good strategy to get you back to the ship. And from there, Solski's gonna make the run to Turian, as Breakdown is making the run to the end of Misery Mire. I don't think Solski needs to restock, because at this point he just needs to worry about super missiles and missiles. Because the Ice Beam freezes the Metroids, and the missiles and super missiles finish them off.
And even if he doesn't pull off the Zeb Skip, he has more than enough ammo to get through there the vanilla way.
Two rooms into Turian. Well, Breakdown is near the end of Misery Mire. Solski's through the Metroids, now on his way to the baby. But the question is, will he be able to hit Baby Skip? As Breakdown's gonna be firing arrows at the eyes of Vitreous. Uh-oh, better be careful though. As Solski sets it up. But gets caught.
Wow, Breakdown better be careful. He's down to his last heart.
Yeah, and he's not risking crossing over to shoot that last eye with an arrow, quite frankly. I don't blame him, because that is a massive risk. If that lightning hits him, it's a death and easily a 3-minute time loss. Now it's 8 arrows to Vitreous to finish the boss. And down goes Vitreous. And with that, Breakdown will be on his way to Ganon's Tower. As Solski is setting up for Zeb Skip. Got it second time with the second effort. Nicely done. And that's it for phase 1. Yep, I agree. That was clean and efficient. And now comes phase 2, which will be just 20 full beam shots to start us off. Breakdown, on the other hand, is going for a potion, which I can't blame him. And he is taking some onion rings on purpose. Not, here's a cheeseburger, which got him. Second cheeseburger. There was a French fry earlier. Oh, speaking of French fry. Oh, and there's the ketchup. In any set, that would be a run killer because you need 3 energy tanks to finish. And here comes the rainbow beam.
Setting up for a stand-up glitch. He does get the damage into himself fast enough.
Now, the game is trying to force him into a down state, but he's still able to stay airborne. As long as he's able to stay airborne, he'll be good. It's 40 shots to Mother Brain's head, but it's only going to do about 30, 35, maybe up to 39, I think. And then 1 Hyper Beam Blast finishes the job.
Choosing to play it safe, he could have maybe gotten a couple extras in if he was being greedy. But it's also a great way to ruin your game and cause half an hour of lag.
Easily, and that would swing the race the other way if you were to soft lock now. As down goes Mother Brain. But with that, it's time for the escape sequence. Now, unfortunately, Breakdown is only going to find a sword at most on the right side, because I don't even know. But what I do know is this. Time to evacuate. That and Silvers are in Turtle Rock. Breakdown's on the same path, so he's not going to find that sword, but he is going to get the big key. Nice.
We're almost at the point where Solski is going to kill the animals.
Or is he going to taunt them? That's also a possibility.
I mean, if he were playing by himself, he might, but this is a race. And now
Yeah, it's a race, so he's making the right call, just sending it now. And crossing the finish line in first place and going up 1-0 in this best of 3 is Solski with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 28 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, everybody!
GG.
And Breakdown has opted to call it a night and forfeit. I can't blame him because this particular seed was pretty rough.
But he'll have his chance for revenge tomorrow night, Mr. Solski.
That he will. And pull the schedule up for the tournament.
Speaking of Solski, I believe we have him here with us.
Yep, GG Solski, well played. And we are also joined by... We're also joined by Breakdown. GG to you both. That seed was a rude one.
It was a thing, definitely. Definitely was a thing. GG, Solski. Well played.
Yeah, good game. Good game. Yeah, I mentioned the breakdown in IRC. I rated that seed scumbag deluxe. It was an adventure. I don't know if it was more interesting than fun for me, but it was definitely interesting. Is how I'd explain it.
All I know is you were not happy to see that ice rod on the graveyard ledge.
I'm like, I don't have Titans or boots yet, and I find Ice Rod. I'm like, really? You're gonna prioritize that? And then the meme that was Thieves Town, Village of Outcasts, getting screw, like literally walking right into screw, charge, and ice, pretty much with like 3 things left in Super Metroid. I was like, great. Yeah, it was a thing. That's pretty much how I'd describe it, I guess.
Well, you definitely had an advantage with your early glove. That darkroom play paid off.
Yeah, it was good. It turned into logic pretty quick too, because I did find the fire rod really early. Obviously not in logic for that, but lamp was pretty early, I found. So I knew that was in logic, or turned into logic pretty soon. I think it was even Bryn Loop maybe, but yeah, I was thinking maybe Dark World Access, but then I was looking pretty hard at Meridia once I got Gravity, and kind of was putting 2 and 2 together, but I really wanted to optimize my route in case I ran into more items, and I ended up like running into Bombos doing the, like, what was it? The croc into Lower Norfair play. So I think the route just kind of paid off on how I kind of tackled it.
It certainly did. And by the time you had Charge and Ice, you had already beaten Ridley and you'd already beaten Golden Chorizo. Breakdown had those items for that particular route, but by that time you were already go mode almost.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice, but I had like enough supers and E-tanks that wasn't too much of a factor. I think I just had to farm a little bit extra health on my Ridley exit, but that's about it.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that when exiting Ridley. And speaking of, I direct this next question to Breakdown. That was a very interesting route to get out of Lower Norfair, opting to instead take the traditional route, go back to battle Golden Chorizo after you realized that you needed Bombos. What led to that?
I was in 66% go mode, so I figured I would go kill Ridley and then just come back, go to Mire and Desert, and just truck right on to the end of the game. And then I saw that Bombos on Mire, and I was very sad. Really, all there was to it. So I figured, just thinking item density, I'd go back through Lower Norfair, but I checked Gold Chorizo first, and I saw Bombos, and it was kind of under the mat. It always seems to be the way. But so that worked. It worked out, I guess. But I don't know. I felt really behind. Really, I think the more interesting aspect of the route was this was not the seed to try to skip Brinstar. It was not the seed to do that. So tried to push the early gravity suit as hard as I could, and yeah, I think that ultimately is what cost me here. So it was an odd route for me, definitely, but figured take the play.
Yeah, it certainly was an odd seed, that's for sure.
I don't know, thinking about how Solski probably went through things and how I ended up going through things, like, this led me to boots early, as I know he just said he was, like, running around looking for boots, and it was a case of, I was trying to do everything I could with my only Dark World access being that Meridia portal. So that led me into Swamp, and it's like, maybe something's in here, and I found the boots, and I knew Deserts was boot lock, because I dipped that earlier, so I don't know, just things fell into place pretty quickly for me after that. Like, once I got like once I found the glove, everything fell into place pretty nicely. That was the thing that was holding me back. So put off Active Escape, noped out of the dark room, but we'll have these things. So it was an interesting seed at the very least. I'm not sure how I was going to do with Master Sword Silverless Cannon. It's not something I'm too proficient with, so that was going to be an adventure. But we don't get to see. I don't get to practice that live on stream for you guys. So
yeah, well, for me, Silverless Master Sword Cannon is something that I rarely do. It's a case of where if I'm in a race, I have to be ahead. Otherwise, I have to feel like I'm ahead. Otherwise, nah.
I just felt like I had to go for it. I could have run around looking for a sword or silvers, but yeah, I was gonna do. I did on the way checks on my way there. Like I did Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny on my way up to GT, and I was hoping to get some more checks in on GT. I was almost sad to see it on the torch there. No, where's my sword?
We never did see the fourth sword.
Yeah, we never saw that. The third sword was on the Ridley escape. The escape power bombs was where the tempered sword was picked up.
Okay.
And we never saw silvers. The hint from Ganon was in Turtle Rock.
And no reason to go there, so the best Turtle Rock is to skip Turtle Rock.
Yep.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not too thrilled with my play through this, but I like the idea of my route, even if it didn't actually pan out in this particular setting. Definitely a lot of slop. I will say it forthright. It took like 3 falls to Moldorm, and I think I had the worst grade fight I've ever had. Getting that last hit, I was so low on ammo. Getting that last hit in took way longer than it should have. So.
Everybody has an off day with the execution from time to time, because I know there's a highlight video that, I had 5 minutes of trouble with Moldorm once. Now that was a real bad day.
He gets his words in sometimes. What you gonna do? But yeah, just I don't know. I'm, like I said, not thrilled with my play, but I kind of like the idea of the route at the very least. It just didn't pan out in this particular instance. So I'm gonna get me a good night's sleep and come back tomorrow and hope for a better result. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, that's the best way to go about it. But that's rando sometimes. Sometimes the routes that you think will work don't exactly pan out. It's the way it goes sometimes.
There's a difference between what's correct and what's right. But that's I don't know. It's what we signed up for. So and
For sure.
But I don't know. I love this thing. It's really fun. So I'm happy it exists. They're both fun games to try to play fast. And yeah, put you in some interesting places.
That they are both fun games. I will definitely agree with that.
Yep, this combo takes two great things and makes an even greater thing.
Absolutely. With that, Lachlan, any questions for either Breakdown or Solski?
Not off the top of my head. I want to thank you, and I want to thank Mathgol, who covered the commentary earlier. I had to come in partway through.
And thanks to both of you for the commentary. Definitely
I'd like
do
to
appreciate
thank our
it.
runners for making this one. I'd like to thank our tracker, which I believe is Death by Snoo Snoo. And I'd like to thank everybody in chat for coming and watching.
Absolutely. This has been a lot of fun, a very interesting seed. And before we get out of here, I might as well go over this quick. Tomorrow for tournament races, we have on channels to be determined, 2:30 p.m., Superman Taylor versus Andy. That's game 1. Tomorrow, 4:30, Breakdown and Solski will be playing game 2. And for the nightcap at 9:30, Itaka and Strider 86 play their second game. So for combo rando action, you've got 3 races tomorrow, and all 3 of them are looking to be very good. As for speed gaming for a whole, there is Deltarune, Metroid Zero Mission, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, as well as a Link to the Past rando tournament action going on, plus some Zelda 1, Metroid 1, where they cross over the first games of the series. Plus some Odyssey Darker Side, which also had a world record set recently, so that's also another run to be watching. Lots of good stuff on speed gaming all weekend long, not just tomorrow. And with that, Lachlan, any final thoughts on the seed?
I hope we have an even more exciting seed tomorrow night.
Absolutely. That'll be tomorrow late afternoon into early evening, and that may all the seeds be exciting tomorrow because, let's face it, everybody wants to see excitement when it comes to Randomizer, and I'm no different. So with that being said, let's call it a night. For my co-coms tonight, MathGirl718 and Lachlan, plus our tracker, Death by Snoo Snoo, and everybody behind the scenes at Speed Gaming, Leslie Pro 4 saying, have a good night and stay safe out there, especially if you're in the Northeast, because snow, not fun. Anyway, have a good night, folks. Take care.
Take care, everybody.